Hey everybody, I just want to make a quick video for Rob. He's having some issues with stripping the spur gear out on his Revo, and so I was just going to kind of show him how my Revo acts and show him how I go ahead and make the adjustment and how I check the adjustments on it. But on the Revo, the spur gear should just spin freely in that direction with no binding or grinding or any funny stuff like that. If it's binding or grinding, then you're going to have to separate the two and turn them individually and see if it's in the transmission or if it's in the bell gear. The clutch and the bell gear. And the way I normally check the adjustment, I hold the bell gear with a screwdriver, and then I just lightly rock the spur gear. And you want the smallest amount of movement. This one is just about perfect. You can't really see it, but you can feel it rocking in there. Now if you lock it and if it's moving like this, then you definitely got way too much lash in there. So just hold it and adjust it until you just got just the smallest amount of rock. And check it on all the way around. Sometimes I notice that it'll be loose on one side, but then it'll get a little bit tighter on the other side. It won't have any rock on this side, but on the other side it will, and that's fine because this other side's closed, so this one ain't far off. And on the Revo, if you go the opposite direction when you spin it, it actually tries to drive the transmission, and that's normal. Cause that kind of threw me off when I first got one. I thought it was messed up, but I know the T-Max Classic, you can spin it in either direction, no problem. But this one, it'll grab, and I think the T-Max 3.3 is the same way as this. Not sure, but and also you want to make sure you got the right a matching spur gear and a matching bell. The Traxxas 3.3 transmission takes a 32 pitch spur gear, and the Revo uses a 1 metric pitch spur gear. So you got to make sure you got the right pitch on both of your spur gears and your bell gear. And the easiest way I found out how to make the adjustment on the gear mesh is I slightly loosen this Allen bolt screw up, and on the bottom down here you have another Allen screw just like this one, and just loosen it up a little bit. And I don't want it to be floppy on there. I want it to have a little bit of tension on there, so I can bring the engine all the way down, and then I can adjust it by prying up on it with a screwdriver or something, prying up on the engine mount until I get the right amount of gear mesh right here. You don't want these screws too tight where you're going to end up breaking something, but just so it stays put when you're moving it. And then after you tighten the screws down, go back and recheck your gear mesh, because a lot of times after you tighten the screws down, it'll change the gear mesh adjustment. And another thing is, there should be some star washers between the mounting bracket and your engine engine bracket. There should be a star washer between here and a star washer, I can't see, and another star washer between here. If those star washers are not in there, then it may be walking down and throwing it out of adjustment when it's running and stripping the spur gear out. But I think you said you found that some of your engine mounting holes were stripped out. So if that's the case, that could definitely do it. If that engine moves any, it can strip that spur gear out pretty quick. Spur gear out pretty quick. But that's all I can think. So I hope that helps you, Rob, and hope you get your Revo going. I know you will. All right, we'll talk to y'all later.